It's good morning, Tina Mathers. Thanks for joining us at Yellow Shelf.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Tina, congratulations. Your book is out very soon, but it can be pre-ordered now. The book's
Yep.
called ADHD Money.
Yes.
Congratulations. Tell us all about the book.
Yeah, so it's something that's so close to my heart because it's all about finance for people with ADHD, but even people who might have some other types of neurodivergence. It can really help a broad range of people. What I love about this book and what was so important to me when I was writing it is that it was a few things. It had to be a workbook, so I didn't want just words in a book where people sort of might just get a bit lost or confused. A lot of people with ADHD learn by doing. So it was really important to be able to have some exercises in there. You can highlight, you can write, you can do all these fun things. But it was also really important to me that it wasn't just about money. We talk about emotions in there, regulating our nervous system, a little bit about what ADHD actually is and how that impacts our money. And then we kind of go into, all the finance stuff like budgeting and saving and cash flow and things like that. Because money is so much about emotions as it is the actual numbers and things like that. So I wanted a book that sort of covered a bit of everything, and people can sort of go along the journey with it. So yeah, it's something that I'm really proud about.
Yeah, and Tina, I mean, I often think this book as well is also for partners or family with
Mhm.
somebody who's neurodivergent with
Yep,
money, like trying to
absolutely.
work through and I say that from experience. I think it's definitely important to be able to
Mhm.
support others on their financial journey. Tina, tell us about you. Tell us about what inspired you to write the book and
Yep.
that journey of writing.
Yeah, so I am ADHD myself, autistic as well. So I've been through a massive journey. I'm sort of into my early 40s now, but it's been a massive journey for me, within my adulthood, where when I was going out by myself and earning money, and I really had to figure it out for myself because I didn't know I had ADHD at the time. And money, even though I'm an accountant, I'm a career accountant, it was money for my personal journey, was something that was just really confusing to me because whilst I feel a good accountant and I could help other people like businesses with their money, when it came to my personal money, it was just so hard. I couldn't figure out what I was doing. It was hard to budget or hard to stick to a budget. I was spending all the time, impulsively spending, and there was really nothing out there that spoke to me. I guess now these days, like we have a lot more finance books, but back in 15, 20 years ago, there wasn't really a lot out there. And what was out there was very typical finance stuff, sticking to a budget and spending less and all this stuff, which really didn't work for my brain. So I had to go on my own sort of little journey of, what is actually going to work for me. And throughout sort of the last, 15, 20 years, I came up with a lot of different little sort of tools and strategies that I talk about in the book that really did help me. And when I got diagnosed with ADHD about 4 years ago, I was like, well, this makes a whole lot of sense now. This makes sense why typical finance books and advice didn't really work for me. It makes sense why, certain strategies did. And, those are the sort of strategies that I teach in the book, that I teach to my community in my content on social media. That I feel can really help. And when I've worked with people one on one as well, a lot of those strategies have helped. So it's been a long journey, and even writing the book, that was a long journey. Learned a lot about myself during that writing process, but it was a lot of fun, and just to see it as a book now is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Oh, that's fabulous. And you touched on it. You're known as the ADHD accountant on
Yep.
Instagram. You have an enormous following. You share enormously to your audience and to
Mhm.
your followers. You're an accountant by day as
Yep.
well. So then you
Yep.
also a mum, I understand. So you've got
Yes.
struggles and you're a finance educator. So
Yep.
there's a lot in there that certainly outlays you as an expert. Tina,
Yep.
tell us about if we're curious to connect with you. I know
Mhm.
the book is out at the end of May, but
Yep.
it's ready for pre-orders. Tell us about how do we connect with you and the book?
Yeah, so I always tell people Instagram. If people have Instagram, that's the best place to go because it does house most of my content and it has the link in bio there, which will shoot you to wherever you want to go, my website, things like that. But I am also building out my website. So if you don't have Instagram, if you're not a social media person, you can go to my website, which is adhdmoney.com.au. And from there, you can actually download a sample chapter of the book if you want to check it out first. And it will also give you the links where it is available for pre-order as well.
Yeah, great. Tina, it has been fabulous to talk to you and support you about your book. Enjoy this journey of launching and getting the book out there. It's certainly well needed. But thanks for sharing with us today, Tina.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I've really enjoyed it.
Cheers.